wish I had a high noon. I'm trying to get them to be my sponsor. I really am. I sent her an email and everything. I'm trying to get my first NIL deal with high noon. Yeah, if High Noon is out there, I'm up for my first NIL deal. I shipped it to the Virgin Islands for vacation. It's not sold here. Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
Jeff, you had been pretty blunt last night about not all five competing at the same time. Some things about the test of wearing the Louisville jersey and the rebounding you really harped on last night. Today you battled to a standstill with a really big team. You guys pulled away when you had to in the fourth quarter. What did you like about the way your team responded after last night?
Well, I thought we fought more today. Now, you've got to give Texas a ton of credit. They're playing without Rory Harmon, who's a pretty talented young lady. So, when she gets back, it's going to change some things for them. There's no question about it. Vic's got a really good team. Their posts are a handful. Aaliyah Moore was really, really, really good tonight. But overall, I thought there were a lot longer stretches where we played hard and got after it. And that's what we have to do. This is a Texas team that really guards, does a really, really nice job of guarding. It's a game where it's hard to run a bunch of set plays or run in continuity offense because they break everything up. So we just finally had to say, hey, we're going 4-game, which is our dribble drive. And Cece had the mismatch. She was able to get downhill and by people and started to make some really good reads. And that's one thing I've been challenging her with, is she's always been a scorer. She's always scored. And now I'm trying to get her to be able to see more on the floor and not just be a scorer, but also be a point guard. Be someone that can distribute the ball. And right there, I think in the fourth quarter, maybe, we ran a little set play out of the drive and she broke it down, and Josie sets a great screen for Haley in the corner and she makes a perfect pass to her and Haley knocks down the shot. Because, Haley at times has to take some difficult shots, and we need to do a better job of being able to get her some easy ones. And it doesn't always have to be off the bounce. It can be off the pass. But I thought Olivia battled tonight. She got out there, she got some foul trouble, but then played the last 4 or 5 minutes with 4 fouls. Mikasa's our X factor. She has been for 4 years, for 5 years now, but it's becoming more obvious. We're up 10, and I got to take her out of the game because she picks up a 3rd foul, and then all hell breaks loose. Because she's the steady force that knows everything that's going on. She can guard her man and 3 other ones. Where I got some that are just trying to figure out who their man is. So if we can continue to grow and develop at the defensive end and rebounding, then we have a chance to be good. I was proud of this one here. The way she started the game, she actually went and rebounded.
Great.
Was I living my life?
No, you're not lying, Coach. I'm sorry, but
You were just as surprised. You were as surprised as I was. No, she did. She started the game, and boy, the energy she had, the emotion.
it's crazy.
I was like, oh my God, it was great. The highlight of the night, though, was the missed layup.
She got fouled. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No,
It is one of those as a coach, no lie. It's like you only get a certain time, so many moments to be able to draw something up. And God, we executed it perfect. Marissa threw a little fake to O, which brought the center over, and then Marissa's pass was beautiful. Honestly, it reminded me of the football game when the wide receiver, before they cross the goal line, drops the ball because they think they've scored. And then all of a sudden, it's not a touchdown. Because our whole bench was up, the crowd was up, and it was like everybody just kind of sat right down. That's all.
Morgan, let me bail you out a little bit.
How are you going to bail him out? I'd like to know this one. Please, I can't wait to hear this one.
No, but I was going to ask you about the way you started the game, where you were active, you were attacking the rim, you were getting on the glass. It seemed like you made a real point of coming out and bringing energy to the way this team needed to play today.
Yes, sir. Yesterday's game, that's the energy that I didn't bring, and I knew it. And I knew that, going into this game, we had another opportunity to get a big win. And I knew that I had to step up, and I had to, just break out of my shell and just do what the team needed. Coach spoke about it before the game, said he needed more from me. So I took it, and I knew exactly what he was talking about. So I just went out and did it with the help of my teammates. They had great energy. They lifted me up, and I couldn't do it without them.
Chrislyn, Coach made a real point last night of saying that, he, if you had teams celebrate when they beat you like that much, and you hadn't, because it's a different standard at Louisville, he was saying. How much did you kind of take to heart the kind of the message from yesterday, and that you guys have to respond because everybody's going to give you their best shot?
Yes, sir. Like Coach is telling me, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to winning, and it's been challenging. But he challenged me every single day, and yesterday hurt. Seeing them celebrate in front of me, I broke down. But I knew that I had bounced back, and I knew that my teammates were going to be there to lift me up, and I knew that Coach Walls believed me. So I just had to show up, and it all started on defense.
Jeff, one other thing. There was one play that kind of stuck out to me in the fourth quarter. I think you guys were up 2. This was right around the start of the 10-0 run. You guys got 3 offensive rebounds to keep a possession alive.
I think.
And Chrislyn got the 3 at the end of it, but
Yeah,
it was kind of you kept fighting on it.
It was Marissa Russell came up with 2 of them herself on that play. Yeah, and I thought she was fantastic. In her 12 minutes tonight, Marissa, I thought, was really, really good at both ends of the floor. She got a huge deflection on a pass that was going into the post. It was going to be a layup there in the last about 3 minutes that goes out of bounds, so then we can get set back up. She took a really good shot that was halfway down and then popped out her 1-3. But yes, she had that series, she just willed it. And that's what she can do for us. I've told her all the time, she can do for us what Koss does. But Marissa's a better scorer. But that's how she has to play. She's got to fly around and be everywhere. And then looking at the stat sheet here, O had 4 assists and one turnover, which was outstanding. She led us in assists tonight, so I'm really proud of her effort.
Questions on Zoom?
Hey Jeff, Lex from the CJ. I just wanted to ask you about Josie. Obviously, she got the start tonight. What did you see from her that just made you want to put her in the lineup? And then how would you say she just kind of handled a lot of those battles down low with Texas?
Well, I thought she did well. It's one of these where, everybody wants to play more, and I want them to play more. But I just thought that for us, Liz has been so good for us coming off the bench. She came off the bench all last year. And I think she does so much better when she gets a chance to watch the game for a few minutes. But for us right now, we're having to go smaller just for scoring. And I thought Josie did a really nice job. She made 2 huge free throws there in the fourth quarter. Goes 1 for 2, but we got to cut down our turnovers. But overall, we're going to need all of them as we continue on through the season. Every game is going to give a different look. Tomorrow's game is going to be another game where we're going to have to really come out and play because South Dakota State's extremely well coached. Aaron's a heck of a coach. He's got kids that are gutty, fight, understand what they're trying to do. They run a really good offense. It's hard to guard. So we're going to need everybody, and you never know whose night it's going to be. So that's what I keep telling them. You've got to make sure you are ready to play when your number's called. And I thought Marissa did an outstanding job of that. I thought Nyla, again, did a really nice job of that. She's been doing a great job as a freshman and going to have to continue to grow into her spot.
One more question. Yeah, Zoom.
You all right?
Hey Jeff, it's Tyler from WHAS. You kind of touched there on Nyla. You went to her pretty early tonight. She plays 18 minutes. What is she showing you early as a freshman to get that kind of time and earn some of that trust early in the season?
Her motor. The kid has a motor. She has a heart. She's relentless. She's one that can guard 1 through 5. She'll get down in a stance. She competes. I mean, it's what her family does. You know, her dad played football in the NFL, and there's no question that he's instilled that work ethic in her. Because she is one that, I'm never going to have to question what I'm going to get from her. I don't question it one single day in practice. And that's why, as a freshman, she's been able to come in and do so many good things for us.
Big picture question about the game right now. There's a lot of top 10 teams that have stumbled already in this season. Some of that's product of playing, really strong competition, but is there something else you can see? I mean, is that a sign of, I don't know if parity, the word parity comes in, but any reason you can explain for that broadly?
Yeah, it's called the transfer portal. No, I mean, really, I've got 2 here that came in from it that had never won at the level that we win at. So we're preseason, top 5, whatever. I mean, she barely won 5 games all last year. I mean, it's all new. I've tried to explain that to Morgan now. Morgan was down there at Florida State, who had a really good program. Sue did a fantastic job, and I consider her a friend. It's just different. And now all of a sudden, you're trying to get kids right away to adapt. We lost our first game last year against Arizona. The difference was, and I've told them, Emily Inksler, man, she was a fighter. She still is. I mean, defensively, Emily was unbelievable. And then she became a better offensive player as the year went on, and that's why she was the 4th pick in the draft. But see, I'm trying to teach her how to defend. I'm trying to teach her how to compete. She's an emotional roller coaster. Okay? And tonight she was fantastic. But my challenge to her is, it can't just be when you make shots. Can you lead? Chelsea Hall last year came in, even though they didn't win a whole bunch during her career at Vanderbilt, she was a true point guard. In the terms she made the right passes. And now she comes here and she's excited. She's like, oh my God, I'm throwing it to Kiana. Now I'm throwing it to Haley. But she knew how to lead a team. And that's what I'm trying to get her to learn to do. And we're not the only one. Texas is the same way. You've got a lot of teams now that, because of the transfer portal, they're getting really good players, but they're trying to learn how that new school plays, what the standards are. And it makes it different, in my opinion. So, no, I'm a fan of it. Love it. It's been great to us. All right? But I ain't done. Yeah. Okay? I'm waiting for High Noon to call. I'm waiting for the next call to come from him. But no, so for me, that's what it is. But I am going to say, everybody talks about how crazy the transfer portal is, all this and that. I truly believe it's going to die down. The reason I said is we've had 5 players the past 2 years that have transferred in. 4 of them would have never been able to transfer if it wasn't for COVID. She played her 4 years of college basketball. She graduated from Florida State. She graduated from Syracuse. Josie graduated from Utah Valley State. Chelsea Hall graduated from Vanderbilt. Because of COVID, they get an extra year. Well, that's about to end, I think, after this coming season. There's 1 more year. So there's going to be a lot of players aren't going to transfer because they're not going to have any eligibility left. So I think right now that's why you've seen so much of it. But yeah, no, it's been good to us, and we've been able to fill in some places. Thank you all.
6. That was them. We were 15 for 24 times. Well, first of all, I'm just, I thought our kids were way different tonight than we were last night. Again, we're a work in progress. We're still trying to have to learn how to play a little different right now. But, I thought we were super competitive tonight. I was really proud of them. Amo, that's the Amo we need to come play every night. And it was really good to see her out there playing like she was playing, having fun, being effective on both ends of the floor. She took 4 charges in the first half. That may be 4 more than she's had in her whole career. But she was really locked in. And, last night bothered her. And, I saw her today and we were stretching and I said, hey, you just got to learn from it and move on, but you can't let it hang over your head and affect you the next time. And we all know how critical she is to our success and to our team. And boy, I thought she was the difference. I told her at halftime, you're the difference in the game right now. And it was really good to see. And, our inside players, we were 15 for 24 tonight at the 4-5. And that was really good. Obviously, we didn't shoot it as well at the other spots. And the difference in the game was their guards at 1, 2, and 3 they had 55 of their 71 points. And so we had another bad fourth quarter. So we've had 2 bad fourth quarters back to back where we've had 25 and tonight 21 points or 22 points, 21 tonight. So I was proud of our effort. We didn't turn it over against the press. In fact, I think we got out of the press. And so we did a nice job there. We had 6 critical turnovers. We only had 8 in the second half. 6 of them were in the fourth quarter when you're trying to hang in there and compete. And I thought we got a little out-toughed inside late in the game when we had really owned them inside and done some nice things. I thought they kind of upped the juice a little bit and we couldn't quite get it in there like we had been. But again, I think we grew tonight. I think we got better tonight. I think we learned a little bit about ourselves tonight, and we learned we can come back when things aren't just peaches and cream. We learned how to respond. And right now, for us, it's all about how we respond. I mean, we're in a little bit of a pickle. It's fine. But it's how you play the game and honor the game and respect the game right now is where you're really going to find out about yourself and your team. And I didn't think we really matched. I thought Marquette punched first last night, and we had a hard time getting our feet under us. Tonight, I thought we really battled. I think we got down 9 in the first half or 10, came back, and it's a 1-point game at halftime, 3 at the end of 3. So Jeff's got him a good team as always. They're really tough. Those kids are good players, and so we'll learn from it. We don't like to lose, but. I think tonight was much better than last night. I think I certainly have a different feeling about my team tonight than I did when I walked off the floor last night. And that's taking nothing from Marquette. I thought they were sensational last night.
Taylor, I'll start with you. Coach just said he felt a lot better tonight than last night, and he was very blunt with us, talking here last night. How did you feel about last night versus the way you guys competed? I know you lost, and so it's not a moral victory per se, but like the signs of making a step forward, it seemed like they were there.
Yeah, so I think last night something that we lacked was effort, and tonight, coming out, I think that whenever you are, you have a lot of effort that can kind of substitute if we make a little bit of mistakes, because the hustle plays, I felt like we got them tonight, and we didn't yesterday against Marquette. And I think that this was just the team that we've seen and the team that we know we are. Last night we came out and I think that we underestimated Marquette, and we, like he said, they punched first. And I think tonight we came out with an edge to us and we played with that the whole game. I do think that we had some stretches where we had too many turnovers, we had too many mistakes, but the effort was always there. And I think that that's something that we needed to see in ourselves. And also moving forward, it is something that we're going to continue to do.
Aaliyah, Coach was very complimentary of how you approached the start of the game. Obviously, it was obvious to anyone watching you. You were putting your head down, you were attacking. Like you said, 4 charges. I didn't know if I had miscounted. I thought I maybe wrote it down wrong. But kind of what was your mentality coming in to kind of get a fresh start from last night and get off to a better start today?
Yeah, I was pretty upset with how I performed yesterday, and of course we didn't get the W, and like Taylor said, we underestimated Marquette. So I was pretty down on myself, but I was like, it's a new day, and another day for us to learn and bounce back. So going into this game, I was like, I just need to focus, slow down, and just do what I need to do to help my team win. And so I feel like I was more focused tonight, and I put myself in better positions to be successful on the floor, and so did my teammates. They set me up for good shots, got me open lanes to drive it. And so I think Coach said it in the locker room, it's about us stacking these days. And so me personally, I'm working on, being more consistent with that and showing up every game and having this type of attack first mindset. Because I feel like when I do that, Coach told me it brings energy to everybody else as well. So just still learning, but that's something that I'm definitely need to improve on and consistently working on.
Considering you had the 4 charges you drew, is that something you were like, hey, this is pretty cool, I should keep doing this? Because I'm sure he'd love that.
I feel it in my back right now, but it was so worth it. it was worth it. Honestly, I was just in the right place at the right time, and something just told me to fall, so I just fell. But we do it in practice, so I guess it's just, what you do in practice rolls over into the game, so.
You said you feel a lot different, and last night it was everything from questions about out tough to can't get them to run the play. And
Yeah, it was a frustrating night last night.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and I'll let you finish, I'm sorry, but it's so unfair right now with the expectations that are on Amo and Rory. Like, they're just sophomores. They're babies. They've played 1 year of college basketball, and yet all this expectation is on these sophomores. They're sophomores. They've played 1 year. I know they're good players, but it's just so unfair to put all this on them, and yet they don't run from it. But you just, it's, I think sometimes, I have to remind everybody that we have all these preseason things and expectations, and, on paper we look like this, and this, but once you come sit in my practice, you might think a little differently about where we are right now. But for Amo and Rory in particular, they're so young, they're going to be great. I mean, they're going to be unbelievable. And we're building our program literally around them. But I just think sometimes you have to realize, how old are you?
19, about to be 20.
19, about to be, don't count. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's really, I think you have to keep reminding yourself how young, and, Emma didn't even play for 2.5 months last year, almost 3 months. And so she missed some real critical time, and, when she came back, she had a lot of rust to knock off, and boy, when she knocked it off, she was a monster. And so that's the player, right, that we're hoping we got right now, and I think we've got it, is just developing that consistency.
I was just going to say, though, like Taylor touched on it, that it sounds like it's an easier thing for you to handle, or the message is easier, maybe just saying, like, hey, if you have plays that don't work and you lose, but your effort was good, the toughness was good, we can live with that and move forward. Like, it sounds like that was a message you were maybe trying to send a little bit, and that they were receptive to it in that regard of just bring the energy and effort the whole time, and we'll live with mistakes if we have to for a while.
Yeah, it seemed like our turnovers tonight, especially there in the critical moments, were layups for them, and that's the thing, you 24, and she is quicker than quick, right? She's really fast, and, Carr's really doing a nice job for him running his team, but she can also score it, and so I just think our turnovers were so critical in the fourth quarter. 6 of our 8 turnovers were there in the fourth quarter, but we're trying to hang in there, and it seemed like every pass we made, it was a rip and go. And again, that's part of our struggle right now is at guard. You know, you win with guard play, and we've just got to play a little bit better there. And you got to shoot a little bit better. Because our posts tonight were pretty good inside. We needed to probably give them a few more touches.
One more question.
Yeah.
You're not the only top 10 team that's lost some games this week. You know, some of that's product of competition, whatever. But it sounds like, I asked Jeff kind of a similar question to this. Is there a broader reason you look at it and you say, well, it's a little trickier right now when, you know, for top 10 teams, and you talked about you're blending so many new pieces. Do you think that's a broader thing going on that explains some of the top 10 teams maybe not winning every game in front of them to start the year?
Well, I think in Jeff's case, he's got some new kids he's trying to teach to play his way. I have that too, but I'm also having to do it without my point guard. And we all know the value that she brings to the table. It's not an excuse. We got good enough players. We need to be playing better. That's my job as a coach. I got to get us to play better. Amo responded tonight and played better. That's what you want to see your kids do. I'm having to play my backup point guard who swings over from the 2 at point now. She's having to run my show right now until I can get Rory back. And we should have her back here pretty quick. But to me, that's in the back of my mind. We're like tonight, I felt like we did all we can do. The turnovers I don't like, but I've really felt like tonight we did a lot. And we obviously were much better than last night. I mean, we went into Stores and played them to 7, and you saw what happened to number 10 today. And again, all these teams that are falling and going down, they're not going down, you know, with an All-American over there sitting in a booth like I am. So I think you just have to understand it, get through it. We got to get her healthy. We'll be different. We'll be way different, and we'll be better. You know, and I think we all know that. In the meantime, I think this is a great experience for these kids. You know what? It's challenging me as a coach. You know, got to coach better, teach better, and so this is part of athletics. So we'll get through it, and we'll be fine.
Hey Vic, Tyler Feldman from KV. Thanks for letting me hop on here from back at Austin. My question for you just is, I know you said you should be getting Rory back quickly, but do you have a clear timetable on when you can expect her back?
Yeah, I don't want to jump the gun. I certainly don't want to jinx myself, but I'm hopeful that she's sat out her last one. I know she's hopeful that she sat out her last one too, Tyler. So, and I bet these two are hoping that she sat out her last one as well as the rest of my team. So, you know, she'll see. I think she sees the doctor Wednesday, and we'll go from there. And whatever they say, that's what we'll do. But she's feeling so much better, and again, it's just something that we just need to be. You know, we've done our due diligence. I think she's been really good. Rosemary's been great with her, our trainer, and so we'll get an assessment of that on Wednesday and go from there. So that's kind of the update, Tyler. And thanks for coming on the Zoom, buddy.
No, thanks for letting me hop on. My next follow-up then is for Aaliyah. Aaliyah, how has the team grown or learned how to play? How important is that to learn how to play without a player like Rory this early in the season so that, you know, God forbid something happens later in the season, you know how to adjust to type of situations like this one?
Yeah, it's tough, you know, losing a player, but then losing your floor general who's really good at her job. You know, it shook everyone, you know. But I think right now we have to figure out how to, like Coach said, you know, still find a way to win without her. And that's what we're kind of trying to figure out right now, and how to work together, because we can still do it. It's just putting the pieces together and working hard, and I believe we're going to click at the right time. It's just taking a little bit longer, and like Coach said, when Rory comes back, you know, we'll be at full go, and we're all ready for that to happen. But it's just really important for us to just realize that if we hone down and we focus, we showed it tonight. We can compete with any team. but we just have to show that every night. So.
And hey, I'll say this, more Shaylee's been, to be put in the position she's been put in, I'm really proud of her, and I think she's gotten better. Like, that kid's gotten a bunch better, and it's going to make her so much better when she's now going to get to go play off the ball. But then when I need to give, Rory a blow, she's going to fit right in, and we won't miss a beat. So it's a lot of responsibility to. She's learning she's learning a new system, and she's in charge of everybody else. And she's in charge of 5 others, 2 freshmen and 3 transfers, and they're having to learn something new also. Now, that's a lot of responsibility. So I'm really proud of Shaylee, and even Sonia's flipped over there a little bit, but those kids are, they've really responded, and they've done a heck of a job. So we'll be better for it.
Just one more question, Taylor. I just wanted to ask you, how has Rory kind of been vocal on the bench during this process where I'm sure she's just itching to get back out on the court?
Yeah, so sitting on the sideline, that is a completely different view than what you get from when you're playing. And me and her have talked about this, and we actually talked about it yesterday. Some of the stuff that you see on the sideline, like I said, is completely different. And so she has been very, very vocal about what she sees, and she also has been helping us, talk in practice. There's never really a time that she's quiet if she's on the sideline. And she's still trying to find the best ways to lead us, and I think that that's great. That's what we need. And she is vocal whenever we need her. And yesterday when we came out in timeouts, she was the first one talking to us, and it's what we needed. She's doing the best that she can right now.
Tyler, she even offered up a play in the huddle tonight. Had her play card out like she's coaching. And she offered up double high, and I think I ran it. I said, okay, that sounds good. That's a good idea. We'll run that. And she's involved over there, and she's thinking the game, and that's what you want. It is a different perspective. She kind of blistered her teammates a little bit this morning and last night even in our team meetings. And again, she prefaced it with, I've been over here now watching, it's a way different perspective, and the things that I see, here's what we're getting away from. We're getting away from our identity. We're getting away from how we play at Texas, and there's a time where I want to step back and go, who are you? What happened to Rory? Because those are the same things that, I say as a coach a lot, but she's listening. And it carries a ton of weight when you get that from your teammate. And so she's doing a heck of a job. I'm tired of her, though. I don't need her on my staff right now. I need her on the floor. So we'll try to get her there.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks, Vic.
Hey, appreciate you, Tyler. Yep.
Safe travels home.
Yep. All right. Thank y'all. Thank you, buddy. Praise the Lord, Hook 'em horns.
I know. Throwback.